this message can be for absolutely anyone. We all have feminine energy within ourselves, so it need not matter how you might identify sexually or whatever your pronouns might be. Know that in every living thing there is feminine and masculine energy. And so the themes that are arising to share for the 2022 feminine energy, starting with one, synthesization. So a lot of things we have been collectively learning. There's a lot of things we've been burning through. There's a lot more awareness now within our own selves and within the collective as well. And so now it's about synthesizing what you know into a mode of embodiment, a mode of being, a mode of thinking, a mode of creating. So synthesizing all that you've learned, all that you've come into, all of the ways that you've grown, and all of the ways that you're transforming. And we're never done transforming. We're always going to be transforming. However, it's okay to receive and integrate and synthesize what we already know. And I think that for 2021, a lot of us were integrating a lot. Integrating what 2020 had brought, integrating this new way of living, integrating these new ways of feeling and digesting different sources and modes of information. And so it's like, all right, our inputs are kind of overloaded at the moment. Like, there's so much information that is always being presented to us and always asking for our attention, and that can be really helpful at times. Yet at this time, what I am tuning into is taking a step back from receiving so much information and now beginning to integrate and synthesize for 2022. Can't synthesize if you haven't integrated. So take this month to integrate if there's any, missing pieces that still need to be integrated, so that when 2022 arrives, you can really begin to synthesize a new level of being, a new level of embodiment, a new level of way you direct your energy and your focus, your attention, and your awareness. And we know that whatever we focus on, we give energy to, and whatever we give energy to, we're creating more of. So tune into what you want to create more of in 2022 and use everything you've learned up to this point in your life to synthesize those streams of your creations, your being, your show, how you choose to show up in this body. And the second theme for 2022 is precision. I am currently in Santa Cruz, Costa Rica, and there's there's so many pelicans that I've been witnessing in action as they're feeding. And what I've learned is that pelicans have to be so precise when they are going for their food, going for the fish, right? So they're like flying over the ocean waves. There's fishermen, there's so much going on. There's a plethora for them to even choose from, right? There's so many fish to choose from. But when they are up high, looking down, they have to be so precise for which fish they're gonna go for. Otherwise, they could just be flopping all around. And if you could ever witness this, they shoot straight in there, and they're precise in their action. And so 2022, we could learn a little bit from the pelican and being more precise in our actions and being more precise in how we are creating through action, how we are creating through inspired action. So being precise in that, and also being precise in what you want, getting clearer around what you want, and not being all over the place per se, and instead focusing and directing your energy on that thing that makes you feel alive, that thing that lights you up. Maybe whatever it is. Maybe it's a person, maybe it's a creative project, maybe it's a country, maybe it's whatever it is. Just allowing yourself to, if you know it, if you're clear in what you want and what you desire, be precise in your action to arriving to that which you seek. And finally, the last theme that is coming through to share for 2022 is play. To play for the feminine, right? Like, we've been doing a lot of work with the feminine energies, and this little mosquito's really trying to eat me. We've been doing so much work as a collective feminine consciousness, and it can be so taxing, and we can often feel like we need to be businesswoman, and we need to be mom, and we need to be whatever we need to be. And again, it's not just a woman embodied being. This can also show up in however you identify, but just feeling like you need to be serious and like almost stern or rigid in your approach. And maybe that has supported you thus far in creating your life and surviving, and now we're getting such a beautiful invitation from the universe to thrive. And the way we thrive is through play and enjoyment and excitement and adventure and enthusiasm. And so when you're exploring play, it can be through your body, right? Taking up more space when you're out. For example, I was at the beach yesterday at sunset, and I just got this message to crawl to the ocean water. So I'm like, what? I'm gonna crawl to the ocean water? Okay, I'm gonna crawl. So I start crawling, and I'm feeling very animalistic and almost feeling childlike, right? Like, when was the last time we crawled on the earth? And so once I got to the ocean's edge, I started playing with the sand and feeling it and touching it, and really just like getting familiar with my surroundings, getting familiar with the elements in my surroundings. And then this game just came through for me to play with myself in the sand. And so what I did is I picked up sand in both hands, and then I would feel it. And it's wet, right? It's like wet sand. So I throw it up, and I see how much of it I can catch on the back of my hand. And then after that, I throw it up again and see how much I can catch again, until I see which hand, still has the most sand in it. And it was really fun. It was just a game that I, just arrived for me. And there just so happened to be two adult women walking by and this little girl, and they were like, fascinated by what I was doing, and just like smiling and showing their enthusiasm as well, which was so nice. And then this little girl wanted to start playing in the sand too, and it was just so beautiful to see how like play is contagious, and it's enthusiasm is contagious, and when we can show up in life with more play, more delight, more excitement, more enthusiasm, then it not only can elevate our own energy field and amplify it, but it can also touch others and amplify theirs as well. So I invite you to play this next year. Really allow yourself to find out what play means to you at this time in your life. Like, play can mean different ways and different things for different people. And it's not about how play looks like for anyone else. It's about how play feels within our own body. So to summarize, the three major themes coming through for 2022 in honor of the feminine collective energy is 1, synthesization. You've done the work, you've been doing the work, synthesize it, allow it to be. And then comes in precision. Be precise in your action. Know what you want, move towards it with precise action, dedication, and awareness. And finally, make time for play. Play is going to support our arrival even quicker to that we are so precisely focused on. I hope 2020 2022 brings you so much more of your own authentic energy flowing through you, and less of the collective pain body and less of the collective pain field, and more of our own enthusiasm and play and energy. Ashe. So it is.